All right, we're looking at the dollar versus the yen, which is a real rascally pair here. And when Asia comes, when 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time comes, it's kind of easy to pick a direction or pick a breakout or pick a scalp. So we could have got in here on the very edge of the market, the very edge of this wick here, and ridden it to the floor that we went through when we broke out of this. So if you were trading a break out of that box, or those people that do that trade, they kind of cleaned up here because right into about 7 p.m., kablamo. Now, I don't know if news came out of Japan, but something. Or maybe this is opening of Australia, so, New Zealand or something. But there is some of these trades, and here was the big news. The jobs report came and cleaned house here in this area. So you could have either scalped that to the floor, which would have a very high probability. And this is 100 pips between these black lines. So this is a 100 pip window. If you're going to get in a 50 pip window, you only filled about this much of your tickets. So consider that. Like here's like a 50 pip window right there. So if this is going to be your entry box on the sell side, you could have survived almost this. You would have got stopped out. You would have needed a 60 pip stop to absorb this whole area up here. If you dropped just crazy amount of tickets here, but half of them I would say half of them should be getting out once you get to this price, which is the breakout of the day. So here comes Asia. It walks down. I'd certainly want to be a buyer in this area. So this little nook, it breaks down here, and it really, you don't get a like if you think that's a top, which it is, this never becomes a bottom until tonight. But I believe it's the filling of this box that's fueling this drama. So that was easy scalp. You basically, in an hour and a half, 90 minutes, you just made just a ton of money on dumb shit moves. Now, how big do you fill this? If your stop's here and you're making trades like that, then yeah, if that's what you aiming for, that's pretty easy to aim for a certain pip amount. Risk 50 pips to make 50 pips, risk 25 pips to make 50, risk 35 to make 10. Because if you can make in this area here, if you get filled up where you're buying 5K, 10K, 20K, now you're in standard lot. When the market gets to here, if you take the whole position off, it's not a bad trade. In fact, you could have got out here on this first bounce. And if you trade really close to the market, so this is 1 hour up, 1 hour down, 2 hours up, 90 minutes down, that you're kind of having to cash out, and the spread gets in the way, and then you're fucked. But here the spread is sitting at 1 with no commissions. So 1 and no commissions, it certainly goes to 8. So if you can drop a cluster in here, which we're going to do in a second with a double click, because I don't want to hand place a bunch of micro or nano orders because it's just too much. Or you could have a robot you turn on to do it and just going to keep dropping and refreshing. So that's going to be the plan for tonight. And let's take a look at the 4 hour. So we jump from the from the 1 hour to the half hour to the 4 hour. Keep the boxes where they are. I think that's always a good practice. Don't move your boxes around too much. So if you go to the daily, your box will just disappear and be like this, the wick. You just traded the wick on the daily. So there's always that, right? Where are you in the landscape of everything? The 4 hour, you can't make heads or tails. Why did you put those boxes in there? If you go to the 1 hour, you can see the thinking of the box. Or this trade blocks, or what do they call. And when the market plunges into it and it closes, if you do the line chart, you can see this would be the lowest we'd know about. So anything that closes below this low inside the box, you buy here, and it comes back, and this is where you have a bottom, becomes a little like, okay, that really is resistance coming into Asia. Got to collapse down a little bit, but I'm happy to pull the trigger after 1 hour, and on the half hour, it's going to be more trigger pulls. So on the half hour, I would definitely be pulling the trigger on the any down bar, any down, because I'm going to build a position. So I'd have this, that was the scalp where this, where's everybody bailed here? Sellers coming again, and the expectation for the bears is that it's going to keep going down and down and down. And if that's the case, I've already decided that I'm going to buy this little nook here. So these boxes here are extended forward. It's going to be the feeding zone there. And this is intense because this is like, if the robot has stopped sitting back here and they just clean house, and I'm sure you've seen these markets just go, and you're just like it went here. And some of these runs are just mind-boggling, especially if you're in it. I mean, it's an astounding. It's like going from 30 miles an hour to 490 miles an hour to going in reverse at 50. And it's just. So if you're in a tiny position, you wouldn't really notice it, but the larger position, but then maybe you're just looking to trade it in a scalp form and just get the fuck out, right? You're looking to just smash and grab one of those. As long as you only take $1,000 worth of stuff out of the store, you're good. Forgot that disclaimer. Always just don't get too greedy, because they might change the law one day, but you can't rape the city. But let's go to the 15-minute charts. I wish this. Let's see. That's why I have an indicator that's. I put a line chart on top. So I put a moving average on top of MetaTrader because their line chart, it just sucks. Like, unless you zoom in all the way, it's too skinny. So maybe in the daily here. They're forcing me to go to the 4-hour chart because I didn't put my moving average on top. And I just can't have it like that. Let me delete and start over. So on this one, this is very, it's pointing out the lows. So we have the line chart, we got the lows in there, 4-hour chart. I'm a big buyer here. I could be wrong. It can keep collapsing, but my view is, well, let's see what happens. Put tickets galore here all the way down to the end of the week. It's not much left. This here is the end of the week. This guy right there. So I found that by going to the 1-hour chart. That's the end of the day here. It should show up. So I put it on top at the end of the day. I go to the 4-hour because it didn't queue up before. I couldn't find the end of the week. So the end of the week is going to be Are we coming down here or are we going up? That is the question. Up or down? But I'm happy with these scalps in here. This would certainly been for the person with a lot of patience and sheer grit. Buying these kind of plunges here is really the ultimate in. So this big hole in here. If you're gonna buy that, like you're saying, yeah, it looks like dead cat bouncer here. How about we just let's just buy everything below this. If I put on the bars, okay, if I put the bars on, I'm going to buy this. I'm buying this vacuum right here. So I put limits in here. And we could have scalped out that box and held on for another price pulse up there by the end of the week. And then look at this thing comes into Monday morning. This Monday. And I'm going to be a big buyer below this wick. This bar, because I want to buy this and definitely load the wagon on this outlier. Move this guy down here. I'm trying to save on boxes, you know. So coming after these boxes that I'm drawing now, they say that there's very big carbon footprint in the graphics. They're going to start taxing graphics. I didn't want to say anything, but I think I should say something. And the graphic tax, and they're going to tax you on graphics you haven't graphicked yet, like stuff that you haven't. You had a thought, You're like, would it be cool if we had an indicator? Okay, we're just going to tax you on your imagining, your reimagining of indicators tax. So yeah, it's kind of fucking hysterical. It's like the Monty Python shit, or it's you can't fucking. We finally caught up to the Brits as far as being ridiculous. I guess in some countries, if your cow's found, watching TV, like they got this farmer problem. Yeah, my chickens were watching porn. I came in. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Yeah, they were going at it. What do you want me to do? I didn't. We gotta regulate that. You need a license to. You need a porn license, and then you're good to go. Hear about that chick that she kind of got sick from the old, the old stabberoo. The porn chick that's like she took it on the chin there. Yeah, this is all buy territory for me. No questions asked. I commit to a 100 pip window and I just fucking drop these tickets in and I go, dude, bring it. I don't have time for this shit. Here's the other problem with trading. Is you could lose your mind. Yeah, there's a million trades in here, but at some point you got to get out, especially in a furious market. So these kind of trades here are the real mind benders, but this is probably the biggest money-making trade on the chart, honestly, is that this smackdown here, and then you wait for this drift up here all the way back to the floor. That is kind of like the most classic swing trade or retracement in the world. That's fucking 400 pips. Yeah, okay, but if you get in where you're buying martingale on this, is a classic example of if you go, okay, I'm going to buy 10K, 30K, 50K, 80K. I don't know if that's martingale, but that would certainly be if you feathered it out. So this is like 78K. This is 90K. If you get there, you scalp out of half of it when you get to here. When you're back 200 pips off the floor from here. So this is about almost a 400 pip smash below here. But if you go to the closing prices only, it's more a structure situation and true price over time, where the bars are just all the data, the highs and lows. So, and it's great for this indicator because this indicator is relying on being like the trailing stop. So this would be the stop hunt, or people would say this is where they're going to out of the weak hands. But don't forget, the climax above this is a big deal. And doesn't quite break this box until up here. So these shelves and stuff, the most objective view really is the bar chart. In a sense, it's kind of like breakout. If you're a breakout trader or a trend trader, you're waiting for a small bar. There's just no way around it. If you're going to trade a spike in the news, you're really a deep market participant there, because if you can handle a 300 pip wick that lasts 90 minutes, you know, and you're already out of the trade most of it, hopefully, because you on the martingale tickets, if you're getting into 90 or standard lot, $1 million position, by the time you hit the bottom of you commit to $1 million entry, it's going to cost you $5,000, and then when you get to, like, you filled about half of that, so you're risking $2,000 now. You're going to have maybe $10,000 in the account in that scenario. And in moments or hours, maybe it's going to be a day. Of course, if you're only in 3 standard lots and you're going to wait 3 days to get paid, then you dump 50. But if you can see where the market's going, you're probably going to, if you have the time or the inclination, you're going to drop more limits and say, oh, well, fuck, I'm only in 20K. And this is where if you're kind of becoming two kinds of traders there, because you realize that when a climax is in Asia and you're already up like a lot of money, that if you don't get out, it means that you're planning on buying more. Right? I mean, you're saying it's going higher, and when I say buying more, you're saying I got enough money here that I'm not in big enough, and if it pulls back, I'm going to buy on limits. Because if it's up there, I'll dump the whole thing. But that's only because if I don't, I'm saying I'm lazy. I don't want to. You know, let's see where it goes. Or maybe it's the idea that this buy and hold idea that people have been taught. But if you're a real trader, you're just going to rinse and repeat. Because if you look at the right to left in this chart, all the data in this chart is pretty much sideways. Yeah, there's a this move, but I mean, I'm saying the whole chart, everything on this, going back 4 weeks. If I condense it one more level and just zoom out, it just changes everything so hard. So the reason why when people backtest stuff, how much data do you have? If you just click one zoom out level here, you can see it's just a whole different story. You can't even compare it. I mean, it's really hard to explain. That's the 4-hour chart. And when you look at this, you just have to say, wow. And of course, the indicators already disappeared on the left, so we're just left with what we would do right now. But you can imagine all the house cleaning, this thing, and all the retracements and all the great breakout trading here. If you can handle you're going to get chopped a few times, but man, you got to have some fucking nice targets on these. That's the way the breakout trade is always going to be like, you're just going to risk 20 to make 80. That has to be it, because it's such a severe explosion. On the daily, it's pretty severe. These small bars, and then it just rips. Here it kind of drifts, actually. Here's the only instance where it really rips. This is pretty hardcore. I must say, if you were long here, well, on the far left side, And it's going up, and you're thinking, yeah, this is fucking beautiful. I think I'll buy on dips. So you start buying here on dip and here on dip. And I mean, if this thing doesn't fucking take this out, that is insane. And then, but by the same thing, if you're not in, if you didn't get in here, and of course this is the breakout, like this is the total apex of insanity, and then that is just a daily. That is like fucking 6, 7 days down. I mean, so you can't trade this if you're going to buy here and say, well, it's probably going to come at least back to here. No fucking way. It couldn't even do it. Not even a little bit. And even after this, you didn't make it back to here. And if you're buying on close, so these kind of things that if you're trying to exploit these smash downs into the abyss, you just can't afford it because it's just too deep. And that's always going to be the obstacle is we go to the weekly here. So the monthly, got this double top here. But look how much volatility's been going on with the dollar versus the yen lately. It's crazy. You know, it's a problem, right? These people are nuts. It's like all-time highs here. This broker doesn't go back very far. The data, but we'll hit the candlesticks. So in the candlestick world, I'd buy this this down bar. So I'd pull the trigger here at the market on the 1 hour. So I already know what I would be in here. I would have bought everything below here at the closes. Now I'm going to start dropping my short expiration double clicks. This is for entertainment purposes and for it's kind of train myself psychologically to accept the fact that I could make about $40 on this double click maybe, and having a real dense pack of scalps in here. The double click is just easy on the. I should probably drop these non-double clicks. I wanted to go to this 10K. So the most aggressive thing I could think of here is these, I got 10Ks in a, or is this 9K in a 10-pip window? So this stuff's crazy here. Here's break even, 20 pips to make 20 pips. This 8 hour is very aggressive. So I'm going to put this right up against the current price. Accidentally. So that's a problem. We just put in a sell. It split the ticket because the market moved on me. So it's going to sell and it's going to buy. I just wanted to buy, but that's all right. So here's where you have to combine. If you want, if you care, if you're just trying to buy only, you got to come in and take care. Oh, it's too late. So we're in a hedge. It's all right. It's not going to blow up the account. It's just I can't handle being on the wrong side of that. So I kind of want to just take off the cells. Yeah, we could take the cell off that thing. It's wrong. It's wrong what you did there, son. It's not good what you did. All right, it's got to be like this. And then it's going to not like it when I go to take that one ticket off. It's going to freak out. Make the dreaded sounds. I got to turn the sounds off in here. I hope I did. I mean, notifications. Server was a charts. This is the sound. So this one, I always lock this one always turn that Alt key to drag left, because if you're going to run robots or these drops I'm doing, and you start to do a technical analysis on the chart with these tools, drawing, you might accidentally drag the ticket around and change your whole, you'll end up grabbing the stop or the whole entry and change all your metrics there, and you start losing money. It's a terrible thing. Oh, maybe I got the data set that it doesn't look back very deep. I just noticed that. Somebody told me this one long time ago. Somebody told me that you should turn these so that the look back isn't too far in the data. So I have it set at some in the oh fuck, here in the tools. This might be a problem why I can't see back, but that's okay. Let me turn these events off, so I don't want to go deaf. Because it'll just, I don't know who came up with the samples. The default samples in here is probably why MetaTrader is so hated, is that they have like a fucking crude ass 3-bit sample. Now this will take me out of an existing position actually. Let's take these cells off manually without that dreaded door slam. Okay. Is he Wango or is he Tango? Well, I'm not sure now. Alright, so it's going to be buy limits on a double click. That's another thing. The double clicks will never do that to you. So I ran these the other night. It's only 3K. But hey, it adds up. This is a deeper order. This is a very, this is a 3K, 15 minutes though. So if the news came out, I'd use this one. Because I want to get in front of the market and start laying 3Ks in front. 45 pip stop. So it's a very unique scheme or plot. You know, it's the latest buzzword if you're trying to lie about somebody. He's scheming again. What's he doing now? Oh, you should see. Yeah, the police were over there. They said he dug a tunnel. What is this? These Jews over there in New York were building tunnels to nowhere. We're playing around the sewer. I just checking it out. So this is going up, but I'm not going to chase it. The 5-minute chart would have been the place to buy this. So the slam down, the box on the 5-minute is. That's why you're not making any money. You didn't get in this box right here, see? So I'd be scalping out. So I wouldn't buy it now because I feel like I'm chasing it. So what I do now is get really close to the market. These are almost like market orders now. I can see it on the 15. I can see the trade. I'm like, yeah, that could fill. So we got some fills last night of some stuff we dropped, but like here's the pound. So here's some drops I did on the pound. This has got the 20 pip grid on top of the 100. So here's a classic, right? We put the buy limits in here. We got stopped out of like these tickets, these 3, but we survived. See the big hard stop that compressed. This was the logarithmic drops I did. These log ones. This is 5Ks. 5Ks in a 20 and 30 pip window. That's this shit here. Like this is 15 pip window, 6K. So that would drop here. And now you can start risking some money if you like to risk a lot of money. This $18 to make $12. So you interweave it and you just create your own martingale here. 15 pip window. It's a British pound. This is a good fit. You know how these companies, you work for a company and they say, we're going to see if you're a good fit. I'm like, for what? What are you planning on doing? Well, we're going to size you up. See if it's a good fit for our company. What, look like a serial killer to you? So I like the look of this. I think I just dropped about, oof. Let's see, that was about 13 drops, so 20. That's like $250. If they stop out that rack, in the next 8 hours, if the market drops through these tickets. So the art of the drop, here's the dollar to the Swiss franc. We're going to get in this one on the drop. Bad ratios, 18 to make 12. On the starting point, this is a easy trade. I mean, it's a high probability trade, but then again, you don't want to risk too much actual money. So this is the issue. If you're going to do the high probability trade, you got to risk less money. If you're going to do the low probability, you need a tight stop. You assume the market's not going to drop forever. If you're buying into it lightly, because you're a swing trader, and maybe your swing trading account, if you can handle trading two different styles, or you're going to commingle it and say, or you're just going to say, look, I'm up $1.67. Let's just get the fuck out and get a cup of coffee. Well, let's go get a third of a cup of coffee down at the fucking high end. They brew this shit on a Clover machine, and it's ridiculous. You want to take the puck home, sir? Yeah, you can take it home and, sprinkle some crack on top of it. Start doing hits. Have a Hunter come over. Hey, Hunter, man, what kind of crack do you like, Hunter? I don't know. Let me think. Can I get back to you on that? Can we circle back on that one? Yeah, I get it. Here, what's your email? I'll email you the answer. For the love of Pete. Just when you thought it was safe to clean your crack pipe. So these are the kind of trades I'm into. Is this outlandish? Now these ones I didn't think was going to fill, but this is the video I was dropping these to explain what that looks like. I didn't really think it would fill down there, so this kind of high drama stuff doesn't come around very often. If you're waiting for this trade to happen again over here, where it's like down, fucking 200 pips, and then nice 100 pip bounce, another 100 pips down, then 100, 200 pips up. You're like, dude, this is fucking crazy. This is, wow. And now it's boring again, right? But if you can handle making 20 to 40 pips, if you're gonna risk this, put a 40 pip stop on every ticket below here, and what you're looking for is slams back here and comes back to at least fair value, which is considered to be in the middle of this. So all this middle of the road shit. So right now it's at fair value, so to speak. You can make the decision right now on the Swiss franc tonight in Asia, say, I'm going to buy here, counting on this so-called stop hunt of the bears, or are you going to buy this plunge? Well, I could do both. I love buying, so I think I'm going to buy here, and if I see a buy on the euro, which is kind of a mirror image, not exactly. I guess if you're going to do Swiss franc and then have the euro as your counter, and you you're only a buyer, then you're kind of a seller in forex without having to actually sell. It's just nice because if you write only buy, the double clicks are good for just trading one direction, because it takes so much work to write one why write the sell side? Why want to torture your brain and your fingers? So the answer is to, and then you can just kind of sit back. So if I get these charts to line up, I kind of want to take these down. I don't want to look at the Bitcoin and shit. The Bitcoin's backing off here. It's pulling back off. Don't forget, this is when the EFT starts here. So this is always that problem. Right here, Top Tick Tommy. EFTs are offered now. Everybody can trade it now. It's an EFT. Oh, geez, I wonder if that'll water down the market. So I think it climaxed that thing. It's over now. Thank you, CSC. Thank you very much. They drive it to almost $50,000 because now it's an EFT. Oh, well, isn't that special? Oh my God. Are people ever going to learn? Well, let's hope people did learn. In other words, this is the big short squeeze into the news that the government is authorizing at the beginning of this year. Hey, yeah, like Blackcock and all these people are all over it now. Oh, geez, what could possibly go wrong? Could it sell off from fair value? I'm going to call fair value as between these two things. It's almost right there, right? So it's like, and then we can tell me the government's involved in this trade now? Wah, wah. Oh boy. I'm just saying. Can you imagine if the dollar becomes so strong that people have their money in the bank and they're parking it like fucking 1970 or getting like 10% on a certificate of deposit from your being in the bank is now cool, and being at Bitcoin's at $151. Mildred, why don't we get out up here? What in the fuck were you thinking? I wasn't thinking. I was thinking it's just got, didn't you? I mean, God, everybody was in. It was like tulips. Everybody loved them. And then, wah, wah, oh boy, I put a hurt on my noggin. You mean we gave back a year's worth of fucking rally? Yep, it's ranging after. Fuck, it's gonna happen. I'm just saying. It's so sad. So what they say is that when the guy, the doorman at the place you're staying, gives you a, hey, did you hear about this Bitcoin thing? You're usually about here in the market. Don't forget, this is when the government decided to trade Bitcoin on the exchange. Literally, I'm not kidding. Look up the news event here. Could we be there again? Well, I don't know about that. So are these important prices? Like, this is almost a Fibonacci, for God's sakes. It's not 50%. It's like, this is even the Fibonacciists are going to be on top of this shit, right? This has got to be at least, I'm going to cheat and say we were up here, so I'm going to call 62% on that. This is 38. Add it together, what do you get? Okay. But, man, I'm telling you, it's a cruel game. How many people are buying big? And then there are people, they run these ads on the radio. I got it. You got to make a living. Just make money from the spread. Yeah, if you go to the pawn shop, trust me, they're not giving you $2,000 for your gold bar. You walk in there, I'm talking 17. That's $300 spread in the physical world. It could be $500. If you really need the money, I see stuff liquidated all the time now. Gear, I see gear going really cheap. Hey, let's get some gear. Get something you can play with at least, Get a bunch of. Look at this topic on the bottom here. This is just unfucking believable. Shit, this is like textbook fucking psychological. Right, here's actually a double top here to a double bottom. Wow. And it's true because the people that fucking shorted it, and the guy that came out, let's not forget the guy. Man, if I could find out when this happened. But it was right about God, what was it? Maybe here? No, it's near the end of the year. Right here. I'm not even kidding you. Right here, a guy came on one of these TV shows, you know, these, they run ads, you know. And they came and the guy said, oh no, he's interviewing. This guy from the Financial Channel was interviewing this guy. Oh, what are you doing? What's your new shtick? Oh, I'm opening an exchange where you can short Bitcoin on margin. Come aboard, everybody. I thought, you gotta be kidding me. Really? Is this fucking like, you know, my neighbor's kind of keeps to himself, and I've seen him walk out with like really heavy bags of dead people, and I think maybe something's going on next door. No. Yeah. This guy, he's doing gain of dildo over there. It's a new game. Instead of Twister, he invited people over. I don't know what the fuck he's doing over there, but I don't know if that screams of joy or they're getting pounded. Something's up. Oh, look, we're getting filled. Let's drop some more. Oh, I love this. Now I feel like I'm triggered. I'm like, holy shit, this is a good buy. I'm going to drop some manual tickets here. Now let's do the double clicks. I think I just fucked that one up. Wait, that might have been too tight here. Let me go for the double clicks. You can't go wrong. Oh shit, they're down here at the bottom. Super tight on this. Let's go for the 4 pip entry. So here I'll go like this, and I'll just click the shit out of this. So I could put in a lot. I could put in about, oh my God, probably 150K here in about 30 seconds. So I'm just going to stack it up because I don't have to think about, I'm like, dude, it's dropping. Let's put that 10K 4 hour in right now. Stack that shit in. I also don't want to spend too much time dropping, so it's get a little anxiety attack. Well, not so much, not too bad, but dragging and dropping shit, a little tedious, right? And here's a loss leader, 18 to make 6. I'll put that in too. So I'm going to commingle this shit with the double clicks. We easily get into some five standard lots here. These are all high probability scalps in my opinion right here. So this is how I do it. Right here, it's almost 9:30. If we get smacked down here, this is the trade I want. I want to be in 3 standard lots and make $100 and then go back to sleep. The fuck is my balance? I can't see. These colors are so fucked up in here. Windows. How do they fuck Windows up? It just doesn't like, Windows doesn't like the MetaTrader. They don't get along. So we're in about 30K. 30K of Swiss or 30K of dollar. But the Swiss is also waiting to get filled. We got 4 minutes to the bottom of the hour. And then it's going to be like, Katie, bar the fucking door. Let's look at the zoom. Max zoom in on the MetaTrader. Let's go for the Swiss on the half hour. Max zoom. So I think these are 8-hour tickets I put in. So let's not lose track of what kind of exposure we got here. But I am going to go for the 8-hour right up against it. I'm going to drop it right in the box starting there. And now I'll do some double clicks just for fun. This I can handle. The frequency of trading here to me is pretty high frequency. Hitting this, this is very tight. I forgot about these. Now these are different. These are double clicks. DC means double click, but these are super tight. This is going to get in 2 pips. So unless your broker has a tight spread, this is the most aggressive 15-minute script I have. So let me get that. I have to delete the objects here because I can't see my latest drop. That's a problem. I need to get some more of these delete all objects in the proper position. Alright, let's go for the super fucking aggressive 15 pip expirations here. Alright, so that's pretty good. I think that's a 4K. Yeah, look at this thing. So it's getting in 2.2 pips below current price with a stop at 13.3 and a take profit at, so it's very trend trade-ish, kind of decent ratio on that top ticket. And this one's set at a stop of, so it's a soft stop. Kind of crazy. This one's a scalp like back to where we are, just below, 3 pips below where the current price is when you drop it, and you're getting in 11 pips deep. So you're just going to scalp a measly 8 pips, you know. Tight stop though. Got a 6 pip stop on that last ticket. But this is a 4K, and hey, you know, 10 clicks is 40K. But you have to wait, you should wait until the market drops. So it's kind of like catching a falling knife. We have to get the same speed as the knife going so you don't lose too many fingers, too many tickets. You got to get to the right speed. And this is where the 30-minute buy limit. This is just a 2K. So these, you can build these up bigger. When the account gets bigger, you might want to add some tails on here. So you can pick up the end of the wick maybe on a couple tickets. If you back test that, it's proven that. So I've done some back tests where it's an ideal condition where you're buying on dips without any money management. And it's martingaling in, so it's actually going to buy a 10K to prove the point. But it's just putting in linear. So it's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to a 10K, 10 tickets. How those placed and which ones are kind of set up to just take a chunk out so the account can survive. And these are all completely continuous drop systems. So with some kind of other filter on there. Okay, so now it's 9:30. Boom. We got to get to the chart. I wanted to see what happens at 9:30. We can update this so we could buy at the market here, but I think I'm already in enough. So we filled a few more tickets. We're down $4. I'm going to say $7,665 we're at. We're down $2. So we're waiting for a rally here. I'm going to go for the super aggressive 4K. So now this is the ideal situation. We've got 2 drops in the last. So every 5 minutes. They're going to expire in 15 minutes, though. Go to the next time. Now, this is going to be very, very aggressive because this is a 2-hour expiration. I think that's maybe a 3K. Very tight stop, too. That's kind of ridiculous. What's going on in there? That can't be right. That's fucking ridiculous. Okay, giant stop, 20 pips. It's not. Wait a second. It's just not what it says it is it? No. It's got a bad name. Well, it's not too far off. It's really a 20 pip stop. So it should say buy limit 0.8 to 15, let's say, with a 20 pip stop. So it has a 10 pip stop roughly on these 3 tickets and soft stop, and it's only a scalp though. It's not a very good ratio. So I wouldn't drop too many of these. So this is a loser, but a high probability trade because you can have a 20 pip stop. Just trying to make 8 pips. You're buying 14 pips deep. You're not gonna make. You're gonna make like, not gonna make a lot. But so it's the placement has to be right because it'll last for 2 hours. So I wouldn't drop too many of these. But it's designed to scalp out. It's designed to pay for the price of the whole drama of trading in some sense, because you just can't bet everything on one target. So this is a way to have a little bit of, a tchotchke or something. So these, like a rabbit's foot or some kind of situation like that. The reliable, lucky fucking rabbit's foot. We all know how lucky that shit is. Have you ever had anything bad happen yet? Well, there you go, right? You're still here listening to me. Obviously, it works. I trade with a rabbit's foot, by the way. You just have to press the mouse down. It works. Don't knock it. Don't knock it till you've not tried it. Look, there's the 2-hour drop. Doesn't look so bad now. I kind of like it. But I wouldn't get carried away dropping that, because you're going to stack up 2 hours of fucking stuff here. That's stupid. You should drop something different. How about 3 hours? Better. So don't get carried away with these long expirations, because that shit's be sitting out there. You're looking for this in Asia. You're trying to buy this plunge, and then you're going to cash out, or you're going to pull the trigger when you see a down candle. So I like to pull the trigger when I'm really thinking, yeah, if they take this low out, let's get in. But if my limits aren't enough limits, I'm going to start buying by this at 90 minutes of buying. And if I have limits here, I'm going to stop buying, because I don't want to overfill and blow up the account or lose half of the account, whatever. And the moves like this psycho move earlier, that's fucking 40 pips. Very intense. As you knew it would be. Right. When the news comes out. I think we're cashing out of this goddamn trade already. So that was kind of not the biggest trade in the world, but we're up $5. If we make $20 to me, for how much effort? Well, minus the complaining, I think. But what do you expect at fucking 9:35? So the 5-minute chart's just updated. I think we're climaxing on the 5 into resistance. I think it's totally. So if I just want to go, I think I could wait another 5 minutes for it to punch through, hit some more targets. We'll go with the original targets. So the times that it becomes difficult is when I move my targets. Usually if I move my targets, that means the move's over. No, but I think it's just one of those things. When you do it, you say, wow, look, it's going down now. I thought it was going to keep, like right here. Oh, that's going to punch through like a fucking crazy man. But by the top of the hour, we're going to be screaming here. But we're already running into, this is going to be a big problem. So I'm happy to cash out if I'm up $50 here in the next 15 minutes, because when that happens, and I could even do it now, like I was saying in the beginning, that as you're cashing out, you're hitting this target. We all know this is going to be an issue here for people to sell and people to sell, take profits on this long, because you're hitting the floor now. Actually kind of went through it on closing prices there. So they're punching through it. And so it's actually kind of ridiculous, right? And all we got to do is punch up into this. On the 1 hour chart, it looks totally possible. And it's going to run into a log GM right there. That's going to be the big sell. On the wick cells here though, so it's hidden. If you're going to run the line chart, you don't see that, right? You don't see this price, but this is the wick low, so it's kind of tricky. So the candlestick does show you the wick low, which is this guy, where it's hidden on the line chart because it's really just the closing prices. So this is the ultimate goal, but I would sell anything in this window. I'm definitely gonna take profits. So we're up $10 now. Wait for the top of the hour, and just let it cash out. It looks like it's gone. It looks like it's on a run. If we go to the 5, kind of cashing out here, you know. But you can't expect too much. It's not like I'm going to buy more here, or this is sellers are coming in already. It's kind of a heartbreaker, you know. You kind of want this to just go zooming up like 300 pips right now. I'm not ready to put sell limits in though. I think I could start here. For starters, I'll put some. So we don't want to be too aggressive here. We'll go with a short term drop. I'll put in I like the 4-hour stuff with really tight targets. We could do some of these double clicks. You can always rewrite the double click. This is a 1 hour. It's just a single ticket though. Look how high that is. It's ridiculous. That's not right. It had to be a little closer to the mark. Here's a 15-minute sell limit, 5 pips above us. One ticket. Here's one ticket. So these are single drops, so single limit drops. That looks like a safe trade. So if we cash out, we're in using $72. I'm like 30K right now. Actually, no, we're in exactly because we're trading the yen. I can tell you exactly. It's half 70. So 36K. Pretty modest position for $7,000. So the trades would probably be pretty good trades here, just not make a lot of money. Because if I'm cashing out of this 36K into 12K above us, that's if it spikes up and hits those balls. And some of those tickets only last like an hour. So it's got to get the party started up into that price thing. So it's just like crazy amount of inventory up there of different expirations. But I believe that's what it takes because these are fantastic trades. If you can handle this 40 pip crush zone above closing prices, so I'd always start with the closing price is the easiest thing to see. This high on the 1 hour chart, this is just the crudest stuff in the world. It doesn't get any cruder. That is the breakout, comes back to that, takes off. If you can afford to sell everything above this for the next 100 pips, and you only fill 40 of that you have the choice to, when it comes back to the breakout point that you got in at, cash the whole thing out, or you can ride it back to the last known high off of this top. When you turn the candlesticks on, you can't see that. To me, I cannot see that trade. I start to look at these little 1 hour bodies and think, fucking A, man. I wish I had a little breakout robot that could just, it sees a small, not range, but a small body. Wow. What a great place to get in. 3 small bodies in a row on the 1 hour. Something like that. A two small body robot. You can see on the daily Swiss franc, it's a fucking mess. There's too many dojis here. You could chop the shit out of yourself here. You just blow up a fucking breakout pop. But if you look at the 1 hour, I guess it's pretty fair. Okay, it's explosion here. Look at this. Look at this breakout, and then it comes all the way back to that price. This is incredible. I mean, the 1 hour chart is, you'd have to have a different kind of robot there. See, anybody that's into robots would certainly understand what I'm saying. Because, man, look at that. It's like when you zoom in, you're like, this thing just exploded up 1 hour and then came back and went through the floor. Like, what in the flying fuck happened there? Busted up into this, and we come flying down into this, and it's all over the place. Look at this one take off. Gosh, that's a beauty. Look at this cute little hammer here. It doesn't get cute in a small range, so the breakout bots are chewing on that. But here's where the breakout bot gets its ass kicked. Okay, he makes money there, but then this one, really? Where was your target? Up here or down here? So this is a total failure. This is pretty sweet, but yeah, if you just only trade very small, but this would chop up the bot, because the bot would start chewing on that. And could he make this? He'd have to dump everything. Can't be going for no 20 pip target there. You're only going to make 15 pips. Comes flying back. People say, does it work on every time frame? Yeah, I think so. But you have to tighten up the stop, wider stop, tighten up stop. See the spread here with 1 pip. Let's do a super aggressive 15-minute drop now that they've disappeared, and we can keep a constant exposure to a possible mini black swan. If the market just spikes down, we could pick it up on the cheap there. We don't like to overpay. Very tight. Not into spending much. Don't want to trade at the market though tonight. Just, I don't seem to make, when the news comes out, yeah, if the market slams down, if it's a high drama move, like if I see a big move down, I'm buying at the market. Or any move down. So here's my entry. Buy this one, buy this one, buy. So I got 5 hit the market, and the limits were filling into this, and I had buy limits here. So built a long position, going to dump stuff here, and we're going to dump a lot there. So I'm only up $1 now, see? So when I was up $10, we could have got out, because you could just feel it, You're like, yeah, like if you're liking what's going on with your trade, it's usually the end of the move. If you're saying, man, look at fucking beautiful, I'm up on this trade, look at this. I'd say right about then, it starts going against you. I don't know why. I don't know if the market can hear what I'm saying or thinking, but it's like, okay, maybe I'm paranoid, but really, like, I go to the 5-minute chart, So that was the climax there. I took out that blue line. Now we're going to go crush down. So now I am going to buy more because, hey, I'm not that big. 36K ain't that big. Let's get hammered. The super tight entries. Go for super tight up in here. And let's load up a little bit on this. And I'll wait a minute. We'll go to the 1-minute chart, so I'll wait every minute. I'm going to drop this script. And this will be an example of, I guess, discipline to wait 1 minute. Don't know if I can, but yeah, boom. Okay, so 1 minute just went by. I'm ready to pull the trigger again. Because I want that different price. I just love this trade. This is 4K, so now we're in an 8K, possible 8K fill. Nice fat stop down here. This is my favorite strategy plot. My insurrections, my favorite insurrection. My favorite Contrarian insurrection. God, somebody should come out with a robot called the forex insurrection bot. Really? God, yeah, dude, tears the market apart. Dude trades like the. I mean, you think it's like a war zone. So this is kind of fun. Now, this is the one I'd build a little 15-minute robot, have him do this every minute. He's going to do this, but I'll do it for now. I'll fill in for him. Now I think I'm going to do that 2 hour again. Another 3 hour buy limit. And the more time goes on, where we haven't got into the, I'm prepared to buy 3 standard lots. I'm only in 36K. So up $6, and I'm not going to change any targets because if I really think it's going to take off, I will step in at the market. If I see a psycho move and I'm like, holy shit, look what's going on here. Now, where that becomes a problem is that when you look at this 15-minute chart and you see it dropping like a horror, be careful because see all this drama back here. If you would have just taken that approach, you didn't know the news was coming out, you saw all this crazy shit, you just, oh my God, there's a bought here, sold that, buy, sell. If you don't look at the 4 hour chart, you don't see stuff like this. Now, this would have been on the 15-minute chart. This would have blown your brains out. You would have just not even been able to understand. And I did this trade, so I know. Because I was trading the euro. I said, I wonder what the fucking yen's doing. And this is 5 p.m. And I'm like, oh, look at this kind of dipping down. I'm like, well, we're only down 20 pips. It looks like just one of those fake outs, right? Like this shit here. But this is a perfect example. A 40 pip down, and then you're going to make all this money back to here. Another perfect example of 40 to 60 pips down, back to the floor. A no-brainer trade. So I step in. Now, I haven't traded this in a long time. You could draw all sorts of shit like, oh, we're touching the bottom of the channel. This is why technical analysis is pure bullshit once the market falls into these vacuums of fucking hell. See how that works? Because as soon as you take this out, you drop 180 fucking pips in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 4 in 20 hours. But if you can afford it, you can afford buying this plunge. Now, this is like the biggest fucking sell-off on this whole chart. So this is pretty ripe too. So buying here, you're getting clobbered. Because you bought here. It's a big down bar. You buy, you buy, you buy. Okay, you pay back into the floor here, you make that. You buy a lot here, you better get the fuck out here. Something in here. It's not going to, not this time. It's not going, you want it to because you've seen it happen before. At least I'm just speaking for myself. I'm like, dude, you've seen this, right? And you're like, if you could just hold this fucker to here and dump the whole fucking, you martingaled in and you got into $1 million position by here. And trust me, I've done this trade 1 million times. And where it goes terribly wrong is, and I guess you're right for a little bit here. You're like, oh, this thing fucking just going to go like this now. But then it goes sideways. And what you could be trapped in this trade and you're still in from here going, dude, and I've been in that one too. I mean, the Swiss franc, the first time I did it in the Swiss franc, I said, never again. I'm not going to sit while something treads water. If I'm an investor, I am, but I can't do it. I'll just lose my mind. I'm going to wait for another, oh my God, how long is this going to take? Well, I don't know. Based statistically on the standard deviation of last time I was pissed off about some trade I got trapped in. Let me see how that would work out. Yeah, I don't want to be in this trade. So it's psychological. So why the robot's supposed to be doing it, but you're going to turn off the robot if it turns out the robot's not trading the way you see fit. Isn't that the thing with AI? If you don't like the way, you're going to pull the cord on it, or you're going to flip the lever. So the reason why AI is kind of bullshit, the fear, because with AIs are going to fight with each other. Don't forget. Oh, that could be dangerous. I don't think they cancel them each other. I just canceled this keyboard out. I had a fucking stripped wire, and the computer Windows is so smart that it said to me, "You've got an overload on your USB port." I'm like, "What the fuck? Is this another ad popping up?" And if damn that fucking Windows 48 wasn't right about this one this time, fucking Windows 11. It's the biggest piece of fucking shit in the world. You can't have a shortcut for the fucking enhancement page. You have done nothing with this fucking thing. It is it's complete garbage. And then it's like the default is wacky shit. Why is that turned on? Because we're monitoring everything you say. I'm losing my mind, honestly. I think my phone is listening to me. In fact, as soon as I was saying that to somebody, it came up on the news feed that, yeah, the phone's listening to you. So maybe, because, but then I thought, no, the algorithm is such that if you like Green Eyed Lady, you probably like Humble Pie. I mean, it's just how it is, right? I mean, if you like this song, you're probably one of those people. And I noticed that some of the choices I've made inside of YouTube, so I want to listen to this, that they're like, oh, you're probably this guy. I like that too. How'd you fucking know? It's a convenience as far as I'm concerned. Maybe it's going to melt my brain, or it's going to hollow me out, and I'll be just become a zombie buying shit that I don't need. Oh, maybe it's too late for that too. But it really gets interesting when the market is like sideways 80% of the time, and people are just so frustrated about when is it going to fucking move. That's why there's so many fucking dojis on that goddamn that Swiss franc. I can't even look at that daily chart. I can barely look at this 4-hour chart here. I prefer the 1 hour chart. Actually, I just want to get in and out. Half-hour chart. The 1 hour chart is just at the right zoom level. Like here, I can see the landscape of all the fucking trades. And this lets you step back because you can see back about 20 days here. This is my preferred window of examination window. Step right up here. Take a look at you. See, who's that guy that he had a problem with his genitalia there? He's like, yeah, I think I'm going to go in for elective surgery here. Right, buddy. I'm embarrassed. It's my dick. What'd you say? Oh, God. Oof. Too much information. Was it TMI, right? Oh, God, really? He was being polite. Hey, at least he could do. Who wants to talk about that? Here's a fucking ripe window. So you can see these really beautiful little order blocks here. This bottom thing here. What a fucking great place to get in. The breakout traders take the ball here in when Asia starts and break out beautifully down, but then it's coming into this wonderful window of opportunity and then rips out of that to the high probability target of that. Goes a little above and beyond Call of Duty. If you could have held on for the house cleaning, they became boom, boom, boom. But don't think there's not a guy that's selling this high of the previous day with a stop up here. He said, I'll put a stop way up fucking here. I mean, I wouldn't trade one ticket, but I'm going to say let's sell for the next 40 pips. We only get filled on 30. And we have a master stop, maybe a hard stop up here. Big ass hard stop, like just no doubt. Like once you hit here, you're out of eight. You just lost eight standard lots, and you're like, oof, I guess I was kind of a bitch. Especially for this ticket. If this ticket holds on to here, it's 40 pips down on that first ticket of 8 standard lots because you're ready to go, but it doesn't happen. So you only fill 4 standard lots here. It rips back to here. You could dump the whole thing, or you're saying, well, let's take it back to fair value. Let's take it back to the middle row, the standard deviation. Let's do another let's let it go. take off half the position, let the rest go. That's a prudent thing to do. It's just too much fun. It's too easy. Because this drama happens all fucking... Like, do you think you missed the opportunity? There's no way. Now, you would have to chase it here to get on the long train, because if you put buy limits in here, it ain't coming back. You're waiting for this opportunity. It comes back, it chops out Asia, and this is a classic. It's got two nice bounces here. So it's a perfect example of rinse and repeat. You buy here, okay, you got to cash out on something because you're coming back to here, and then it just does a beautiful pounding. This is when this style of entering on limits in a 20 pip window with expirations of 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours really pays off, because you have constant churning of this spiking into your buy side and cashing out. I'm presupposing you're taking your 10, 12, 14, 20 pips off the table. When it goes wrong, here, like I said, this is... So I bought this. This is the only scalp before the hell... This became a hellscape. And I was in my car on my tablet. And I thought, well, I'm buying... And it just... I don't have a stop wide enough, so I lost 75 pips on each ticket. Now here was the only recovery. And then I had to cash out here. I just had to, because I was, oh, you know, this is going to be a big problem. A lot of people probably got out here. And this is still almost 100 pips. Then this... People just don't expect it. I didn't. I mean, I've looked at this shit for years. Like fucking 15 years into this forex shit. And I'll tell you what. When you're here in Asia and you go, oh, you know what? I think I'll put some buy limits in again, do the same trade I just did here. And you're like, holy fuck. And you actually are doing the exact same trade. And you can't believe it, because you would think this is going to be the top that becomes a bottom. You think this is the top that becomes... No. That's why that doesn't work all the time. And that's why it's not working, is because this retracement, I think, is so violent, and it carved out this void, that the backlash... And don't forget the 20 EMA people are like, it's touching my 20 EMA. This is the place to get in on the sell side. Can't you see it's in a downtrend? What, are you fucking retarded? Yes, I'm very retarded. No, I'm impatient, and I know better. Thank you very much. Yeah, what I know is that as long as I put in deep limits here, it's a here's the down, big 1 hour down. I'm triggered. Like, when I see that and I go, fuck, dude, that is the hardest 1 hour. I've already bought at the market here, so I'm in a 1, 2, 3, 4K at the market. 75 pips stop as it drops. Almost gets stopped out of this. At 60 pips down here. Now, if that's all I did, that'd be okay. But I've got limits in there too, in a 40 pip window. This is such a big deal. This move is such a big deal that it just becomes a really violent situation. You could say the same for these moves. These are pretty violent. 60 pips of drama. This extreme move. Unemployment and the other inflation news. If I'm going to hand place grids tonight, 8 hours below this, all the way down, big buyer below this, like so, betting the ranch here, but I don't think that's till next week. So I'm a big buyer here next week. I think that's an obvious entry, right? This is such a big deal, this price. So here to here, You're almost dead center fair value. Kind of Fibonacci pullback here. You know, this might be your Fibonacci argument. Oh, I bought here a 618. What are you, retarded? Yeah. I know, but if you can make a chunk of money here and then refresh and then, really milk it from the long side. If you sell everything above this, yeesh, you got to get out here, right? This is the top become a bottom argument. Got to get out there on everything. If you sell mega amounts above this. So that blue line was looking like, when this thing came out here, the blue line was here, then it tagged it, and now we got the new brackets. If I go to the 5-minute chart or the 1-minute chart, I'll start to, if I pay attention to that and consider that to be resistance, or the little mini abyss on the 5-minute. Zoom out. Kind of get a feel for the. So this is the head of the snake right here. We're very tight. We got all this pressure built up in a wedge here, where these top shelves are all kind of. I feel like this is the stop hunt to begin is to start to clear out the blue line on the 5-minute here. Gosh, so volatile. I have to go to a 1-minute chart maybe to see it better. So yeah, this is stair step here on the 1 minute. Kind of looking to clear that out, and we want to buy that on the double clicks. Another 15-minute drop. I don't know how much time it's gone by, but if you drop them every 5 minutes, you got a constant risk of at least 3 racks of this stuff. Oh fuck! I keep forgetting it's above this fucking thing. A special little DC. And once again, we're going to do that 2-hour crazy thing. And I'm going to just give this whole so if I make this my every 15 minutes, I do the same thing. I'll have this 3-hour will be the most. And try to make these different prices. So when you come up and you do a re-click. So now it looks like on the 1 minute, we are going to finally take off here on the 5-minute. But that's a long wait, We could have dumped everything right here. So this is when I said, if you're feeling good, this is the sell. But then you'd have to buy the next 5 minutes, the next 5 minutes, and get back on the long train. Or you're just going to hang with it and say, when we take this out, that's our target. And we got some sells maybe lingering up here. Now we can maybe make our $50 or $100 for the night. Not a very big position, and there's plenty of trades to before the close tomorrow. So we got 18 hours left here before the end of the week. Am I making any money here? Looks like I got filled on some more shit. Yeah, so I'm getting filled here because now we're down $16. So I'm getting filled on probably the Swiss franc. Let's take a look. Oh, this is I'm getting filled on the yen. So the yen's tanking. In fact, let's really get crazy with it now. This is what I like to do, is see how big I can get in here without getting stopped out. I'll put everything at the kitchen sink now. This has got to be careful. This is the yen. So this looks like, man, we're right on top of the market. Wish we are. But this is my favorite entry. Instead of buying at the market, it's just so eager to trade it. So I try to avoid buying here and buying here at the market and having limits in this window. But if I didn't get in, if I'm just going to decide to trade only at the market or just blend it, I do have to buy this, this, and this. Every 5 minutes is dropping. I'm buy. And it's kind of exciting trade actually, and then buy this 5-minute down hard. But now I see it's going to crush, possibly. And I really want to use my limits because it's a predetermined, real diverse ticket bank here. So I'm going to just go nuts on this, which is very aggressive because it's so, gosh, this yen is just out of control. Really, they need to do something about it. Somebody's got to step in here. We got to regulate it. That's what you got to do. Oh, I thought you didn't like. No. It is out of control. I think they're gonna crush my stack. So let's taunt them. Perfect. So this is about almost 10 after. We just bottom tick bobbied that. Look at that. That's a fucking entry. So instead of buying one fat ticket there or one small ticket in this, everything below this wick, this is our big entry window now. This is the perfect entry. God, that fucking volatility. I can't see the goddamn box. All right, so we're in the box. This is the wick that we're drawing it off of. And if it closes down here, I can't wait to pull the trigger. I would pull the trigger at the market if I didn't think I had enough limits going. So we're in about, okay, we're getting in this chunky position now. At about 80K there. 87, I can't do math. It's half of 174. Wow, look at this thing. It's beautiful. 5 minutes down hard. 1 minute. Look at this bitch on the 1 minute. So it's in the fucking, this is just a classic. Taking out the low of the previous day into this box. That's my favorite. And then at 11 o'clock, I'd say pull the trigger if I didn't think I had enough limits in here yet. Okay, now I can do the math. We're at 90K. I can't handle it unless it's even numbers. That's why 2024 is going to be a great year because it's an even number. It's a no-brainer. Everybody knows that one. Down 62 bucks here. So taking some heat here to make our 50. Now I want to make $100 now. But we were up 10. We could have got out. I know. I told you. What I tell you about that fucking 5-minute chart, you were all excited about. Look, it's going up. And I said, dude, look at this fucking Swiss franc. We're going to do the same thing. We're buying the dollar here on the plunge. We're going to go fucking hog-ass long. Hog long silver here. Now here we can do the beauty here is that we have the same scripts, but it's a different fit, and we can almost do a little bit more here on the Swiss because it doesn't move nearly as much as that yen. The yen really is out of control. They stop me out or stop me in? Stop me out. Fucking bastards. I hate that. So they stop me out. So here's where I get pissed. Now I will come in at the market if I feel like, whoosh, I should have. Oh boy, and this has always been a problem. I have to relax. Don't forget to breathe and just wait. I think I got enough limits in here. I just hate getting stopped out, but I did put some tight stops in there, and I did step into the yen. And I really should have some. I guess the only workaround is to have scripts that say yen only. Maybe the British pound's filling. No, nothing here. No euro trades running. I just want to buy that fucking dollar. Get stopped out again. Oh no, I'm cashing out. Sorry, I'm actually cashing out. I'm disappointed now too. So I went from 50 bucks down to only 19 down, but the problem is I really wanted to maintain as much a position as I could down there. So that's the big greed thing. So to make up for that, instead of buying at the market, because I feel like, what if this is the bottom, become a top on the 5 minute, and when this thing closes out in 3 minutes, this could be the dead cat bounce. Okay, so the box trade's over. Everybody's cashing out because is it going to engulf and go ripping north? Well, I don't know. Maybe we have to pull back one more time, so I'll put the buy limits in. And the yen, this is pretty tight. We're right up against the market. And then the Swiss franc, which is my other long position on the dollar. Yeah, that 1 minute chart. Nice, beautiful smash down. Look at this thing. It's very narrow range. Breakout traders are going to step in the 1 minute and save me. A 1 minute chart on this yen. So, all right, perfect. We got the slightly different price for 15 minutes. I'll put this 2-hour guy in. Not too many of those, not too many of these. Here's a half hour. We can kind of go nuts with this half hour. It's 10 pips deep with a 30 pip stop. So I really lay a lot of those in. Again with the super tight entry. Here's a 15 minute 5 pips deep. I would really want to get to this 3 standard lots thing. We'll be using $600 a margin, probably be down $200, but we're gonna make it back, right? All right, down $40. Back in a nice size though. We want to get to using $200 a margin, so we get 1 standard lot going here, and then we just have to wait. All right, so that's the name of that tune. I'm gonna go watch a fucking movie here. So I'll put the link to the this platform the way it looks right now. Well, not the way these scripts are. Feel free to edit at your heart's content. Oh, look at that beautiful fucking hammer right there. Isn't that cute? 1 minute hammer. Fucking sweet pattern here. Look at the stair step on the stop side. Let's go do some fucking stop hunting on these bears here. We gotta pluck off all these fucking. We got the first stop hunt in. Now we gotta rip north here. That's all there is to it, man. We're down $30. Take me off suicide watch. I think we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it after all. That girl. We'll make it after all. I was with this chick that was so out of her fucking mind. She goes, "You ever seen that show, That Girl? You're gonna make it after all." And she started singing it. I'm like, "But you're a crackhead, honey. You're not gonna make it after all. You're just fucking, you're Spazzarella plus." It is. Look at this criminal. Look at that's that gap that the ICT talks about, the order gap. Yeah. See the hedge funds step in there. And they play with the market. They ran it all down here into my arrows, trying to stop me out. And they did a little bit. Got me there. I refuse to buy at the market here, even though I know it's going up. I'll be damned if I'm going to play the man's game. Not me, son. Ooh, 15 minutes down hard with that nice wick. Let's clean this chart up. There's too many fucking tickets in here. It's a fucking mess. Trading so messy. I need my hotkeys so I can just hit a key for this. Yeah, there's one out of nowhere. Now I can put more buy limits in. Just another excuse to trade more, as far as I'm concerned. Fuck that shit. Here. 4 hours on that. Let's go watch a movie. We're over this shit. I got time for this. No, ain't got time for it. Like that 911 operator, man. It's classic. I ain't got time for this. What did you say? What did you say your address is? I don't know where that's at. Call somebody else. Call one of the operators that gives a fuck. We don't. Look at this breakout forming here. So how to use the void fill indicator. We're looking to break this or break that. Auto support and resistance. And then we want to go hunting this wedge. But I'm willing to buy more. Buy low, sell high. If I told you once, I told you a million fucking times. Buy low, sell high. That's very conservative entry there. New lows. Let's go. Come on. Bring it. Ooh, I get so pissed when they fucking stop hunting me. I can't tell you how angry. I'll be damned if they're going to scare me out of this trade. That's fucking. I'm ready. Swiss franc, we could cash out of here now. Sometimes, if I'm in a drawdown, what I'll do is be like, okay, this is a sell in the 1 minute. Let me just get out of something. I can't fucking handle not making some kind of money here. It's pissing me off. Oh, it looks too good on the 5 minute to hold it here. So the stop hunt's going to be, let's go after this and this. Crush that out. Take out the high of the day. Start selling from here to here is a sell window, and then on the other currency, the wild pair, the yen. Oh, beautiful hammer on that 1 minute. Dude, that is that is nice. I almost feel like if I could have bought, I would pull the trigger at the market right there on that 1 minute chart. That is exquisite. Doesn't get any better than that. Looks we're going to go vroom, vroom, vroom up now. So the 5 minute chart on the Swiss, you could have sold it here, but you're too excited about the move. It's a long time ago now. Sell. Look at this big buy in the 5 minute. A lot of people are going to cash out there. Not us. We're holding. Into the night. There's no big news tomorrow, but into the opening of Europe. So hold this for the next 3 to 4 hours. And wherever we're at, we'll dump it, go back to sleep. We can even put buy limits in or sell limits above. We're looking for some type of range trade where we sell 10 to 30 pips above current price into the night. Buy or sell. Or just buy only using the euro and the Swiss. Okay. And I'm not keeping track of how much I got exposed here. The demo account, so I'm not going to worry about too much, but I know what I would trade in a real account, and if I'm comfortable getting to 3 standard lots in the yen, it's pretty big. Because it's the yen now, and the euro maybe 5 standard lots because you could handle more punishment there. In the Swiss has been wild. I can't really say that. Well, not too bad here. The Swiss is pretty tame. But if you look at the daily, it's kind of frightening. I mean, here's the thing. You look at the daily, it's a creeper gear move down. So there's a lot of range trading here. You can't see it on the daily, but well, holy shit. When it falls through the floor, I think this is what's frightening for people. Because if they remember the days of the depegging, if this falls below here, you have not made it back to here. You may never make it back. Don't forget, I want to see you may never, but it might take... gold has to collapse, I think, for the dollar to win against the Swiss. It's not happening. So this is almost like the Swiss franc's kind of like gold in a sense. No, look at the monthly, right? What do you say about that? Oof. I think the dollar's getting its ass kicked. And the blue line, we're coming up on this wick. You're within. You came within that. Now you're up. You're up into the floor, and people are cashing out on that one. I mean, the people that trade that high probability move is you make it back to the all-time low of last year. It's hard to believe, right? So you fell below the low. Oh, well, no, I'm sorry. Last year is it right? So is the end of the month here? No, this is the middle of last year's low. And then, boom, here's the new year. You're up. So you actually close down. Start January just screaming north. Trying to recover, retrace from that punishment. So I'm willing to sell into this above that. And that's a weekly. So on the weekly, you've got this double top. It's a 100 pip window. And there would be crazy stuff going on up there. We're a long way from there. I don't think we're going to go in there even. Maybe we'll dip into the window a little bit here. Close up at a climax move tomorrow, maybe. Geez. Is that impossible? So I always over anticipate these moves. Also, I kind of have just a greedy mind, I think, because I'm always thinking, well, yeah, if this thing could just burst up. If there was news coming, it might be possible, but that's certainly the trade I want to see happen. I guess the daily brings you down to reality, and this is the heartbreaker. Is the it doesn't work on all time frames because you can't really do that kind of trading, that slam back and forth here, because it's such a creeper drift down. I guess in this sense you're going to buy this, but you got to get the fuck out. This is just a complete melt and then crush below this price. It's just a complete insanity, and you never make it back to that. And what the fuck is going on here? When you take this wick out, that's the biggest winning retracement trade is that. But don't even make it back to this. I can't believe it. This wick, my God, you're like, I bought everything. I guess you do here for a moment, right? You buy everything below there, and then you got to get the fuck out because it ain't coming back there on the long run. And this is a long run. If you can hang through some of these trades, I think that is the psychological stress, is to hang through a swing trade or a trend trade. Because don't forget, the trend traders are thinking, oh fuck, I inverted hammer, hit my 20 EMA, I sold here, I've been holding this for fucking 2 months now. I think I'll get out down here, take some profits. Well, you made 1,000 pips. Good for you. You did. You made a fucking 800 pips of Swiss franc. That's quite a move. This is a tremendous move. But I know I'm never going to be able to do that trade, so I decided to. If I had to trade the daily chart, it would look something like this. Wow, can't wait till they hit this wick. And yeah, that's a great fucking 20 pips stop. He just made 80 pips. Wow, beautiful. But pretty rare. They just don't happen very often here. Sell above this wick? Sure. Sell, 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 sell. But I'd probably scalp out here, and I'd probably buy below here and get killed here. I'd make money. So if I bought below here, I'd have to scalp out to that. Bought below that, and scalp that. Bought below this, pretty crushing. Would have really had to buy this at the end of the day and then just be like, really, we're going to lower? I don't have the look back on this one, but I'm sure back on the deep side of this, it's going to be some kind of hellscape here. Don't even have it. So on the weekly, yeah, the monthly, it's just a crushing, it's a destruction of the dollar against Swiss. There's no way around it. Look at that. Yeah, so this is the deep pegging of the Swiss franc. This is when people really got hurt, for real. Go below this, and then right here, I think it's about right here. Man, it's just brutal. Like, this is a gap. Wow, look at that wick. And then this was crazy, the end of the year. Look how it just comes and wicks down here. What the fuck was that, You just gotta wonder. I don't even know what this is here. This is probably some end of the year bookkeeping. That is just nuts. If you decided to start trading forex right here in your life, you'd be like, oof, that's nasty. So it's kind of tame right now in the big picture, but look at some of these moves. Good God. 2008 market crash. Look at this shit. Dollar goes below this, rips all the way to the floor and beyond. Good God. That's unbelievable. The pandemic didn't really affect it. Maybe is this pandemic in here? It doesn't seem to affect that Swiss franc. Anyways, sidetracked. Fucking beautiful. Try to pay attention. I'm only down $20, so I like this trade. Coming up at the bottom of the hour. Okay. It's just too fascinating, this price action. The volatility, I should say. Price action's kind of sugarcoating what's going on here. It's just complete violent price movements. There's no way around it. But this kind of makes it, you can kind of see in the crudest terms that the last 4 hours is very narrow. So there'll be a breakout. There'll be a resolution here. I believe it's going to be up. But I'll buy if it goes down some more. So I am on the long side of this. I'm prepared to get into using a $600 a margin. And if it comes down here, we'll get close to at least $400 a margin. So 2 standard lots, I approximate, we'll be filling here. So I'm going to go take a nap and wake up for 3 o'clock in the morning and then see what's going on then.